Hello everyone, this is Holly Ray with Ray's Mini Menagerie, and I'm about to show you a video of me and my husband building a new stall. It was a completely random build, um, and I don't know if I told you guys or not, we just had to rebuild a new stall randomly because Pixie decided to go to day 152 of her labor instead of 145 to 150, which is it's normal still. It just threw things off a little bit with the rotation. We only had 3 stalls inside the barn, at least built anyway. And we had one on the back porch, but with the crazy weather going up and down and the breeze that porch creates, we've had experiences with mamas getting pneumonia back there, and we just don't want to take that risk. So now that's just where we process animals for meat, and we bring all the mamas inside the barn. But anyway, I'm rambling. We have a stall that we built, and I have a video of the process, and then it shows you the finished product. Hope you enjoy watching what we had to do randomly. It took us all day Sunday to do it, but enjoy the video. Here you can see me sweeping out the corner, getting ready to prep the area to build the stall. We definitely needed to clean it up, sweeping out the hay. And then here you can see my husband's putting some screws in the board, and he's getting ready to mount this board onto the wall. I'm holding it for him, and he mounts it to the wall, and then he's marking it again to mount it the rest of the way. And then we have 2 other boards. Oh, he just got something in his eye. He had to run inside real quick. But I'm helping him hold the board so that he can cut it. And he's cutting off the end here so we don't waste wood. We do pick up that piece later, and we do the same thing to the bottom piece. And take it out and cut the end off, and we keep those 2 pieces to use later. And then we attach those going across to make one side of the stall. You see there's already a piece of wood on the right side of the picture. That was supposed to be a bar that was going to be built in the kitchen part of this house, and that's what the in-laws did. It just didn't happen that way. But now it's going to be a goat stall. And I'm sitting here holding it for him so that he can drill it to the said bar. And then here he's cutting off the prongs. That's going to end up being the gate to the stall. And we used cattle panels. And he's drilling the section that one of the sections that the gate's going to be attached to. He's framing it in. So we can actually add more cattle panels to that as well. I'm holding it for him, being an assistant. We try to work good together. Sometimes it doesn't work out so well. Headbutt sometimes. And here he's doing the same thing on the opposite side, doing a little frame. We're going to put another piece of fencing. That way the gate can close and be locked. And no, it's not even. We didn't square anything out. It's just to support a cattle panel, so it really isn't that important. We didn't even have to cut these boards because these are the 2 pieces that we had cut off the ends of those first 2 boards, and then those 2 small pieces we had on the floor already. So that worked out pretty well. And then that's after we just stuck the cattle panel on there. I'm just zip tying it to hold it there for now until I decide to I have these staples, fencing staples that you just hammer in. They're heavy duty, super heavy duty. They're really, really cool. But I'm just zip tying it to hold it there for now. I was making sure you guys could see me in that. And then you see the white grate that goes across the bottom. That was actually a piece of shelving. I'm using that to keep babies from coming out the big openings. Anyway, it actually worked perfect. And it makes it even more stable, more sturdy. And I'm using the big fencing staples right now. My husband actually ran to Lowe's while I was doing this to get me some more zip ties. I'm nailing away. And on the other side to do the same thing is attaching the bottom of the cattle panel with the staples to the frame, the wood frame that we had installed. And the same thing, I'm showing this to staple it real fast. So just staple these square staples for fencing, and I am nailing it to that bar. That made it super sturdy. I'm just thinking about like goats jumping on it and pushing against it, and this should definitely keep them in. The one that will be going in here is Nimue, and she's actually one of our head butters. So she's at the moment going to be in this stall by herself. We say by herself because she won't be next to anybody. If she's next to somebody, she's going to be headbutting the fence. Because she's just a butthead like that. And then she's the herd queen, so she doesn't think anybody should be next to her. I'm still nailing in these staples. I had one bend there. I had to fix it. And it was a lot of work. I mean, it was something we decided to do randomly because Pixie's taken so long to go into labor. Oh, here, I thought I had more paint than I did, and I stirred it up and didn't have very much at all. So I have the can upside down on the tray right now to help it drain out. I don't know why I started with the floor. I was just in kind of like a frantic mode. You saw me change my clothes. I went inside and it started getting hot. It was like 77 degrees today. So I went inside and changed into some shorts. And I forgot I had to change into clothes I didn't want to get paint on. Or I didn't care about getting paint on. Because the clothes that I had on before, I did not want paint on. Changed my shoes and everything. But again, don't know why I started on the floor when that should have been done last. I was just in a frantic mode. Need to get this stall done. Have other goats that are going to be due soon. Need to get them into the barn. I like to get them into the barn for at least a week or two before they're due so that they can acclimate to the barn and get used to the routine of being in the barn instead of it just being some random thing because they don't stay in the barn normally. You see, I'm using wire here since I didn't have any more shelving grate. I have fencing wire, and I'm using that to keep babies in as well. And I use some of the wire itself to attach it, and I use zip ties to attach it as well. And that was just me waiting for the little bit of paint I did do to dry, and trying to get other things done while my husband and my daughter were at Lowe's for me. Well, wait, they came back with the zip ties, and that's right, they had to run back out. See the bag of zip ties right there? So I had more zip ties, I'm attaching things. And they had to run back out because I found out after they got home that I didn't have enough paint. And they were already home by the time I figured out I didn't have enough paint. Like, they just had driven up like a few minutes after I found out. And then, they already got home with the paint, and I am filling in spaces again. And I had started on the floor again, and like I said, I still hadn't thought, like, why am I doing the floor first? And I started doing the edges, and shortly after that, I just started doing the wall. That's when I had my daughter come in and start helping me, and she brought me a hairband so I could put my hair up. It was getting hot. She did such a good job. She sat there and worked on that piece of wood right there on the bar almost the whole time, and then I could tell she was getting a little tired of working in that one spot. So eventually, I have her doing all the borders, all the wood around. Everything needs to be painted, just in case a goat pees on it or poops on it or water falls on it or whatever. It's just to seal it in, and it keeps it from getting nasty. And this is semi-gloss paint, so it's easier to wipe off. And eventually there will be pine shavings and hay down as well, which will help keep everything dry and clean. And see, she's doing such a good job. I was so happy she helped me. And she just keeps painting. She's doing the frame now. I'm doing the other side of the frame. I was doing the bottom of the walls, edges that the roller couldn't get to. We were such a good team. I was so proud of her. Last time I ever did anything like this, she quit so quick. She keeps on working, keeps on working. Here I am doing around what was supposed to be the sink. Yeah, I think it was drains for the kitchen sink. I think this is supposed to be the kitchen area. And again, like I said, it's this goat stall. Finally told her she could go play. She did such a good job. I let her go. I'm finishing up, going over the floor finally, doing the final thing, the final layer of paint, the final coat is the word I was looking for. And what I'm doing is I'm rolling it, and anything I see that the roller can't get, I'm going over with the paintbrush, because it's chipboard, so there's all kinds of little cracks and crevices, and I hate this stuff. I hate it so much. I wish they would have just did solid plywood. I'm just glad that I have the barn, though, and a place to put the goats. And look, it's finished. At least the paint is. Alright, I'm just getting this. Oh, the stall. I know you saw it in the fast forward, but the stall is finished. I am getting, here, let me bring it up a little bit so you can see me. I'm getting it prepped. Nimue is, the herd queen is going to be going in here because, like I said in the voiceover, if you guys watch the whole thing, Nimue generally can't be next to somebody. I mean, she can, I guess, fortify this separation or whatever, but she can't be near anybody who still headbutt the fence. But anyway, I put some pine shavings in. Everything's canned and sealed. Put some pine shavings in so that they can potty if they need to. Let's see, I don't know how much I'm actually going to need. I don't think I'll need a whole bag. We'll see. I don't even know what I did with everything. What did I do with everything? Now you can see, like you don't know what pine shavings look like, but it's full of pine shavings now, and I'm going to put a layer of hay on top. I know a lot of people use straw. I don't like straw because it holds mites. It can. Hay is something like if they put birthing fluids or if they, you know, have their placenta or anything like that and they want to eat it, at least they can eat it, the hay, and it's not hurt them, and they're not going to be eating just pine shavings. I just split it around. I mean, you get the point. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second when it's finished. There we go. On my breath. But now I'm going to add the gate. Put the last finishing touches on here. It's going to go on the inside like this. And I usually try to make it so it can be lifted and then opened. Yeah, because it's going to need to be lifted and opened. Yeah. Alright, the gate was just added. I'm just not showing you every little detail, but it's with fencing wire. Just twist it, and then I have it where it's lifted like an inch or so off the ground. And you can just lift it, open it. And right now, I got caught. You don't care about that. Anyway, you just open it. It can be opened all the way. The hay is just stopping it. Like if it really hits you, I can move the hay out of the way. But it opens just fine. I can get them in and out if I need to, you know, things like that. And then the way I close it is with these dog clips. Do one on top and one at the bottom somewhere. Yeah, and then close. And I have it opening in so that they push on it, they can't get out. And I wanted to show you guys the finished stall. I mean, it's all, you saw it finished, but with a goat in it. Got her food trough. This is Nimue. This is herd queen. She's mad because she's taken away from the herd. But this is what happens every year. She knows this. This is her third go around. But water bucket, food trough, and hay bag is just perfect. Perfect size for her. She's looking at the babies that are in the closet over there. Now let's go check on Tallulah and Pixie because they were in there headbutting. They're done doing it now, but. See where we stack our hay? That's the front door. Feed cans. And here's where the bedrooms would be if this was a house. But this is Miss Tallulah causing all the ruckus in here. What are you headbutting the fence for, Miss Ma'am? Leave that mama alone. Pixie's got her babies over there and she's being protective. And Tallulah's just like, I don't care. Alright, let's see. What are you doing, Miss Ma'am? There's her babies. Yeah. There's her babies. Little white doe in the middle, gold boy, black boy. I'll be doing another name announcement video later. Alright, I gotta start milking. Well, that was the stall that we built, and the mama's shenanigans. But those are the ones that we rotated last night out of the barn and into the barn. Wilma and Peppa are outside in the outdoor shelters now, and I'll be bringing them up to milk. But I hope you enjoyed watching the build of the new stall. It was completely random. It's just because Pixie was taking so long, we had to make space to bring the others in so they can get acclimated to the barn before they give birth. That it's just less stressful when they know that's the routine instead of just randomly throwing them in there like I had to with Wilma. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.